but I gotta hear this more from this video, but this is some insane stuff. Like the type of all the research they're canceling. Yeah, it's this guy's talking about the extent to which all these cuts are gonna set back our medical agencies, the research and development that we're doing in medical science, and then I just wanted to extend it to all the research that we're doing in all these areas that is getting cut. He made this statement along the lines of, we're going to go from one of the best in research and development to one of the least, one of the worst amongst the developed nations. And I'm like, I would almost imagine that I think what we're seeing happening here is the billionaires are about to jump ship. Right? They've already established their whatever, their macho mansions, you know, with all their bunkers and fortitude, whatever. They've all got their places to go wherever. They've all got their yachts, right? And then they'll have their business interests and whatnot. But you know, remember, they can live anywhere, right? Like they're the ones telling everybody that they don't want anybody doing remote work, right? But that's all they do, right? And I don't begrudge them that, right? They're the rich, they're the elite. They can do that, right? They have a corporate jet, they have a personal jet. That's fine. But what I'm interested about is you think about all the development we hear about, like in China, just as a for instance, right? So many massive. It's almost like everything you hear about coming out of China is almost like a futuristic project that you just think, well, that's just some sort of sci-fi, some futurism. No, it's just a Tuesday in China, apparently. You know, they got all kinds of these huge infrastructure projects, huge tech projects. They're making advancements in medical science. They're building universities. They're getting further and further forward in all the different academics, right? You know, they're catching up and possibly leapfrogging in space advancements. It's unfucking believable how many advancements are taking place there. And it's also pretty unfucking believable how closely tied most of our billionaires are to China. And so what I'm wondering at this point is it the rich people's intention that they're just going to flush the toilet on the United States and then move to somewhere nicer? And if that is what they're planning on doing, I'm like, I don't think that they understand their plan won't work. They're still going to get torn apart if that's what the elite think they're going to be trying to do. Yeah, I mean, because you can try and suck all the marrow out of this country and then jump ship that you want, but this is still a strong body of people that will take these resources that are here and rebuild with them. Like your sense of ownership from some remote location, if you try and jump ship from the US, that's not going to work for any of the wealthy, right? I mean, no one's going to take that shit. I think people will fight back against that, so I have to hope I am extremely wrong on that thought. That is that what the wealthy think they're trying to do? You know, because with the blatant disregard with which they are treating our systems and our society, I can almost picture them thinking they're going to get away with something like that. Like those foolish people throughout history who try and do the same, you know, like, oh, I'm going to try and do this thing that no one else could do. Oh, no, fuck, I failed too. Oh, no, I'm going to try and do this thing that everybody else couldn't do. Ah, no, fuck, I failed that too. I mean, like, do the rich just think that they can just keep trying to figure out a new way to take everything from the people? Because it never works for them. I mean, on the side of history, it never works for them. I have to hope they're not going to try that again. I have to hope that we, as we've evolved as a society, they, as the elites, have evolved as well, right? Because that can't possibly be what they're thinking. I have to be wrong.